Today we're going to learn Urdu transitive verbs and conjugate them in past simple tense. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. I teach Urdu as a second language on this channel. If you're visiting this channel for the first time and you're an absolute beginner or a beginner level student, you can go to my channel playlist and you can follow all these playlists that I've created for you. Here you can see I have created a playlist for absolute beginners as well. If you know someone who's learning Urdu, share the channel with them. What we're going to do here is we have ChatGPT here and we're going to ask it to tell us some Urdu transitive verbs. This is just me trying to use ChatGPT if we can learn Urdu with it. So here you can see that it generated a lot of sentences and all of them are transitive verbs. Definition of transitive verb is transitive verbs in Urdu are those which can take an object and transfer their action onto it. So that means that the object is something that will control the verb. I made a lot of videos in the past about transitive verbs. If you want to have a detailed knowledge, go to those videos. I'll put them in description box. So here you can see the first verb is likhna. Likhna means to write. So likhna is a transitive verb because you write something. Right now I'm focusing on the Roman script because a lot of my students and a lot of people don't learn the Urdu script. So that is why I'm focusing on Roman script. So you can see here the sentence is Maine khat likha. So first of all, with the transitive verbs, you can always see that the subject is marked with ne. Ne is like a past element that comes in the past simple tense, past perfect and present perfect tense. So it probably means did or something. I'm not sure, but it always comes with the subject. So maine khat likha. So the first rule is to put ne, that's the first rule. The second rule is seeing the object, observing the object. The object is khat. Khat is letter and letter is masculine. Verb likhna, which is to write. We remove the na, and because the object of the sentence is masculine, the suffix we'll put is a. We'll remove the na, which we always do. We always remove the na because it's an infinitive verb and we drive a verbal stem with it. So this is called a verbal stem. And what we do now is we put a suffix as we do with every single tense. Here the letter is masculine, so we will put the suffix a here. So likha, likha. So a is the suffix for masculine object. Only with other tenses you can see that the verb usually depends on the gender and number of the subject. But with the transitive verbs in the past simple tense, it depends on the object of the sentence. This is the object. So for example, if we remove everything, let's say I remove khat and instead I will write an email because that's more modern, right? Nobody writes letters nowadays. Although I loved writing letters when I was young, but nobody does it anymore. People usually write emails or messages. So here you can see email is our object, and the thing about email is it's feminine. It's a feminine noun. So instead of likha, the suffix you'll put is e. E, like this, or you can write it like this as well. The Roman script is so difficult because the spellings are different. In wherever you see, the spellings would be different. So here you can see maine email likhi. I wrote an email. Maine email likhi. Perfect. And now let's move to the next sentence, which is पढ़ना. पढ़ना is to read. वो किताब पढ़ा है. This is not in the past simple tense. It is the present continuous tense, right? वो किताब पढ़ रहा है. वो किताब पढ़ा है means he is reading a book. But we want to do the past simple tense. So I'm going to write a different sentence. Here it is. Okay. मैंने किताब पढ़ी. मैंने किताब पढ़ी. You can see, first of all, the first rule is that you use the ne with मैं, मैंने. So the subject is marked with ne. So the second rule is identifying the gender of the object. Here the gender of the object is feminine. Now it's very difficult, obviously, because it's ending with a consonant. You can't really determine the gender on your own, so you just have to memorize and just get yourself familiarized with the nouns. If you want to learn nouns, I made so many videos on my channel where I specify the genders of the nouns as well. The third rule is the verb. The verb is पढ़ना. पढ़ना, and because it's a feminine noun, the kitab is feminine. So when we remove the na, we will put e. Padhi or padhi. People say padhi as well, or people say padhi. मैंने किताब पढ़ी. I read a book. मैंने किताब पढ़ी. Another example that we can take, which is something else, some other pronoun. For example, you. You is तुम. So तुमने कहानी पढ़ी. तुमने कहानी पढ़ी. This is a question because the intonation of my sentence is rising in the end. तुमने कहानी पढ़ी. Did you read the book? Here you can see first the subject is marked with ne. You can see the object is a feminine noun because it's ending with e. Kahani. That means a story. Story. Padhi, because kahani is feminine. Therefore, we are saying padhi. Kya tumne kahani padhi? Did you read a book? So another example I can give you is with he. So here you can see the he is unho. Unho. It, instead of saying wo is usually he, right? Wo and ye is he. But when there is a particle ne, changes into unho. Unhone. Unhone means he, she and they. So he, she and they. It can be all of these three because in this sentence the gender of the subject is not specified. We don't know who is talking because the ending of the verb depends on the object of the sentence, which is masculine. Akhbar is newspaper. Akhbar. And here you can see the verb is ending with a. Akhbar padha. Unhone akhbar padha. He or she or they read a newspaper. Now let's go to our next verb. Next one is to eat, which is khana. It is a transitive verb because we eat something. We eat noodles, we eat food, lunch, dinner. That is why it's a transitive verb. So first the subject is marked with ne. Khana is dinner, food, lunch. It can be anything and it is masculine. So the verb is khana and we remove the na. So here you can see that the suffix is ya. The suffix is ya because the verbal stem is ending with a vowel. So therefore we cannot put a suffix after it. If you put a suffix like kha, it will not sound nice. So whenever the verbal stem is ending with a vowel, suffix for masculine objects would be ya. So here I can put ya, khaya, khaya, because khana is masculine, so it's khaya. Suppose if you're taking another verb, let's say we are taking the verb pina, pina, right? So pina is to drink. If you remove the na, the verbal stem is ending with e, which is a vowel. Therefore, we cannot say pi, instead we have to say piya, piya. मैंने दूध पिया. दूध is milk. It's a masculine object. So we can take another sentence. मैंने खबर सुनी. Listen is sunna, 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 sunna. So that is to listen. You listen to something, that is why it's a transitive verb. So here what he listened or I listened is the khabar. Khabar is news, news, and that is feminine. So therefore when you remove the na, we put a feminine suffix which is e, suni. Because it's ending with a consonant, we are putting e. Let's take one more sentence. Banana is to make. Banana. Write the sentence. Here is the sentence. There is a mistake here. Can you detect the mistake? The mistake is the pronoun, this one. When they comes with the pronoun wo, which is he or she or they, the pronoun wo changes into unho. So it should be unhone. Unhone cake banaya. Cake is masculine, as you can see. So the English nouns are also assigned genders. And banana is the verb. And we remove the na. And instead, because the verbal stem is ending with the vowel, this is the verbal stem. So if you put a here, bana a, that doesn't sound right. So we put ya, bana ya. उन्होंने केक बनाया. उन्होंने केक बनाया. He made cake. What if we change the sentence? And we change the sentence, we remove the cake and we put chai. Chai is tea. I think you all probably know that, and it's a feminine noun. So this is a feminine noun. Again, this will be removed. And we will say, actually I'm just going to erase it. We'll remove the ya, and instead, because chai is feminine, we're going to put e here. Banai. Banai. मैंने चाय बनाई या उन्होंने चाय बनाई. मैंने चाय बनाई या उन्होंने चाय बनाई. So that is it, guys. Hope you have learned a lot, and if you want to support me and support the channel, you can support me on Patreon. You can also connect on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you later.